Well, hi, welcome to Will Henry's workshop. No matter who you were expecting to see, it's still just me, Will Henry. So all I'm going to do today is to finish up these two barrels. I have, of course, the barrel for the Macmillan G30 action, and then the one for the Kimber. And all I'm doing is cutting and crowning. Now I've already done the Macmillan, and I thought I would just kind of revisit crowning just in case I hadn't shown it well previously. So here we are. Let's zoom in a little. And some more light there. Okay, so really cutting and crowning is super straightforward. The barrel is set up in the headstock as per usual, assuming that you have enough barrel length to do this, and in this case we do, and then dialed in at both ends. Now, since I turned this barrel between centers, the outside is pretty concentric with the bore, and so on the outboard end, that is the breech end of the barrel, dialing in on the outside is going to be good enough. At the muzzle end, I'll dial in on the outside initially to part it off, and then once I've parted it off, I'll double check on the bore before I cut the crown. And it might be necessary to move it a thousandth or two, we'll see. So for now, we're set up. It's running perfectly, and on the outside. So we'll cut this off and see where we're at. Now on this I'm going to do a recessed crown, which is what I usually do anyway. And so I'll cut the barrel about 1/8 of an inch longer than I intend to finish it, and then the recess and so on, with the recess and so on, will end up about the same. After I cut it off, when I dial on the inside, I'll run the stylus of the dial gauge right on the outside, the final 1/16 of an inch or so that I don't mark the bore further in. And so I can dial in out there, and then that part's going to be removed when I crown anyway. So let's see what we get here. Okay, now I'll shift you around a little bit so you can see better. And so you may be able to tell that in actual fact that's running very true. So we'll put the dial on it and see just how good or not it is. Said, put the stylus right on the end of the barrel. I've got a total indicator run out of just about 1,000. So let's see if we can't improve that just a little bit. There, now we're showing, oh geez, maybe 2/10 of an inch, 2/10,000ths of an inch, pardon me, of total indicator run out, and that's good enough in anybody's book. Now, for crowning, if the breech end is running out even by a couple thousandths of an inch, that's not going to have any real detrimental effect at this end, because if you had a thousandth or a couple thousandths of an inch of run out over 22 inches, you can extrapolate that to the 3/10 of an inch here, and you're going to end up slanted by 100,000th or so, and I don't think that's going to affect anyone's lifestyle too much. So anyway, as I said, typically I just do a recessed crown, and at the edge of the recess, I always come out at 30 degrees. Makes the crown, it doesn't catch a lot of debris when you're cleaning, and it's just kind of a nice look, I think. So there you go. That's all it needs. There on this outside edge. Just touch a little bit with the file. Now on the inside edge, where the face of the crown meets the bore, you want to do something to break that sharp edge. Now, there's a number of ways people have done it over the years. Everything from a brass screw with valve grinding compound to sandpaper on a thumb to whatever. Myself, I have always liked to just use a center reamer and just break the edge a little. And let's see if my pilot is right here. It's not the right pilot, so. So we'll make a quick change here. There we go. Just make sure that's clean. And, squirt of oil. And there we go. Let's see if I can do this without knocking anything over or having to move you around. And I'll just go enough, about 7 or 8 thousandths of an inch in, and that just gives me a nice little bevel. And the thing is, with a bevel like that, then when you're cleaning, you don't have an edge getting beat up by the brush when it comes out or anything, and it gives you a nice clean sharp edge, and but one with a little bit of durability. That's the one reason I prefer this over having just a square edge, is because it's a little more durable. So anyway, that's it. So as you can see, cutting and crowning would definitely fit into that not a big deal category, and well, there it is. So now all I have to do with this barrel is that pesky extractor cut. Then I'll bead bless the barrels and I'll be done. And the next crowning is on a couple of my bench rest barrels, and for myself, I'm not nearly so fussy, and but I'm not going to bother showing that either. So anyway, for now, that's it. And this is, once I find the remote, this is Will Henry out.